Hello, friends. Welcome back to Shadowplay Tarot. Friends, thank you so much for joining me here today. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Make yourselves at home. And if you are returning, well, friends, I tell you all the time, thank you so much for coming back and spending more of your precious time with me here on our little channel. All right, my friends. Today's readings are going to be our horoscopes for September. My apologies that they are a few days late, but you guys have been keeping me busy and I absolutely love it. Thank you so much to everyone who has booked a personal reading with me. It's been my pleasure to be able to do that and to do that for you, and not just that, but to get to know you in that way. If you have not booked a personal reading with me, but you are interested in finding out more, visit this link. I'm putting it up on the screen right now. And please keep in mind, friends, this link to my shop is the only way to book a personal reading with me. I will never approach you in the comments on any social media app or any platform. This is the only way that you can book with me. It's the only way to submit payment is through my site. Yeah, and I just can't say it enough. There are so many scammers out there, so don't get got, my friends. All right. So if you've been rolling with me for a minute, then you're very familiar with our horoscopes. So for today, for this month's horoscopes, I'm kind of changing it up just a little bit. These horoscopes, as always, the first part of the reading is going to cover general messages. So whatever comes through, comes through. We're going to be looking into the energy of September, what you can expect in September, and also advice. And then second part of your reading will be the love reading. The only difference is this time I will be opening the love portion up with a collective reading. So it'll be a little love reading for whoever is listening. And then we'll move into the singles love portion, and then for those of you that are connected. So I figured I want to cover more people in the love department. I know a lot of you guys love. A lot of you guys really like the love readings. So, all right, my friends. So, without further ado, let's jump right in. Hello, my Taurus friends, and welcome to your September horoscope reading, friends. I can't wait to dive right in. This month, we're going to do the layout a little bit differently for our horoscopes. As always, the first part of your reading will be general messages. I'll be pulling some cards looking into the general energy, what you can expect in the month of September, and then we'll also be asking for some advice. And then the second part of your reading will be, of course, focused on your love life. I am going to start by doing a little love collective reading at the beginning. That'll apply to all Tauruses that listen to this, of course. And then we'll be looking into singles, and then to those of you that are already connected. All right, my friends, let's jump right in. Let's jump into your general messages for the month of September. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my Taurus collective for the month of September, Spirit. What general messages? What's the general energy going to be for my Tauruses? Messages for their highest good, please, Spirit. Messages for my Taurus's highest good. General messages, please. What's their energy going to be in the month of September? 3 cards, please. Oh. 3 cards, please. Thank you. We have 5 of Wands in reverse. We have the Knight of Swords. Okay, so I can already tell, I feel like some of you are going to be really inspired or motivated to get going on something. This could have been like a long time coming, or maybe it's something that you came up with late at night. For some of you, just make sure you don't move so quickly that you miss important information, or you just didn't think things through and then you kind of end up, kind of regretting it later. I don't know if it's like regret or just anxiety, coulda, woulda, shoulda. But again, this is definitely the energy of someone who I feel has been thinking about this a lot. You're also going to be really you're not going to be down for drama. Any kind of tension, competition, I feel like you're kind of getting away from that. Just make sure, though, that if you are doing some quick moves or if you do need to communicate something clearly to other people, that it's clear and concise. You don't want to leave room for error. And I say that because, friends, Mercury's going retrograde on September 9th. That means for the rest of the month, we're going to be dealing with communication issues, travel, our technology might be a little funny. So just make sure that your communication is okay. I also see like you're literally not going to be having time or just not wanting to give time to anything that is just like you can't build off of this. There's no stability here because there's too much tension. If it's with other people, it feels like it's maybe the focus is on the wrong thing. It feels like it might be a competitive environment. Why the Knight of Swords in reverse, please? The Four of Cups. Okay, so a little detached. So I do think for some of you, this is like detaching from drama. Yeah, see, it has to do with other people. I feel like you're going to want to, again, if there's a conversation that's to be had, just make sure you know what you're trying to say and you're just not, jumping the gun on something. Because I do see that there could be room for miscommunication, room for error, and, possibly some regrets later. It does feel like you are having thoughts and feelings about a disconnect with someone else or other people. This could be friends, family. I definitely feel like it should be people that should be bringing fun into your life, but for some reason, I don't know, there's some tension there. All right, let's move on now that we know the general energy. What can my Tauruses expect, Spirit? What can my Tauruses expect in the month of September? We have Queen of Cups. What can my Tauruses expect? Five of Swords. Yes, again, like I feel like there's room for regrets here, you guys. There's room for, oh, that could have been done better. What to expect. I feel like someone here could possibly do or say something that's hurtful. And there's someone who's like, I love you, I understand, but I'm just taking time away. And maybe that's what you mean to say. Maybe you're like, I need to get away from this, but the way that you're doing it might be hurtful to other people. So say you're kind of over someone's drama and you decide I'm just going to ignore them. I'm just going to disconnect. I'm over this. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's one way of dealing with it. But at the same time, I feel like it's causing some kind of like, oh, I really could have said something else. I really could have done something different. Now, maybe this is you on the receiving end, and this is someone who's important to you, who feels like they're, detaching from you, and this is your feeling. There's still a lot of love here, and there's a lot of understanding, but there's also a keeping to yourself or a pulling away. Why the Five of Swords? And why the Three of Swords? So a lot of you could be focusing on work, focusing on your finances, focusing on you, like what you provide, your responsibilities. Maybe you're a business owner and you're just like focused on that. Or maybe this is someone that you're dealing with, someone who like provides for you, takes care of you, is a stable and committed person or situation in your life. So it could be a job. It just feels like there's some regrets here. If this is a person, it feels like there's regrets when it comes to this person. But someone's just, they're doing their thing. They're dealing with they're handling their responsibilities. But I can't help but feel that something was said here, something hurtful. Someone here could also be hurt or disappointed by an ending of some sort, or possibly this is going to be weird and does not apply to everyone. Maybe there's like travel involved. Maybe someone has to go somewhere and that causes that causes some kind of disappointment. We do have the Two of Cups here, so a lot of you guys could be dealing with a relationship or a partnership. So just beware, my friends. If there is something you need to communicate in September, let's just think it through a bit, and maybe by slowing down and approaching it differently, you won't have some of the regrets that you could possibly have. Now, this could be, like I said, situations could be reversed and it could be someone else towards you. But yeah, these are the general messages that wanted to come through for you today. We have Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Leo, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, showing up more Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. All right, and some air signs as well, but those were the loudest. Now let's pull some advice for you. Let's see what advice Spirit has for you in the month of September. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages. For my Taurus friends, general messages, please. What advice, please, Spirit? What advice do you have for my Tauruses in the month of September? In the month of September, advice, please. Advice, please. All right, we have the Knight of Swords, the Emperor in reverse, the Death card. So just be careful. If there is something that you want to get off your chest, there's just a message here that someone might be a little bit in their ego, or they might be, I don't necessarily think they're communicating clearly. Maybe this isn't you and this is someone towards you, but maybe that's an important perspective to have on how this person is approaching this conversation, this situation, this idea. It feels like someone wants to move rather quickly here, but it doesn't feel like it's been thought out all the way through. There's also a need here. There's an ending that is coming up. That ending earlier with that World card, and then now with the Death card, it feels like there's some kind of there's a shift happening. We have the Seven of Swords in reverse. So whatever ending this is, whatever shift this is, it could have brought things into perspective, things that you didn't trust before or that you didn't know, maybe feelings that you could have been hiding, emotions, maybe something here that someone was trying to kind of really hide their true intentions or their true feelings. And it feels like there's a recognition here. I don't know if it's a truth being revealed, but it's almost like someone here, it's like it's being more authentic, dropping the mask if they were wearing one. And it feels like it's in regards to a missed opportunity or an opportunity that couldn't happen. This Emperor in reverse feels like someone who couldn't, maybe even fulfill their role. So again, it's kind of like there's ego coming through and not being able to fully step into what our title was or our role in the situation. And because of that, there's movement that's happening that, like I said, it just feels like there's room for a lot of error, especially if it comes to communication. So this wanting to leap forward, this wanting to move forward, it does feel like it's a false start. And I do feel like whatever is inspiring you, motivating you, whatever it is that is in movement here, I'm not saying it's bad. I just mean I feel like it's being done in a way where something can't really fully take off, especially if it involves other people. It feels like there's a disconnect here coming between everyone, and something can't happen yet. Even if we want to push it or initiate it, it's like something's not quite ready. Why this Emperor in reverse? Page of Swords in reverse. Yeah, communication here again. It just feels like it's not happening clearly. Someone here could have, I don't know why, I just felt that maybe didn't have the chance to say something or to talk, or this person has an issue with communication. Someone here feels very much out of their power, and like maybe they're not sure where to go from here. I'm feeling like someone here wants to create like positive movement, but at the same time, I feel like there's something else that hasn't been like there's no resolution to or healing from. It's almost like the place we're trying to come to the place we're trying to create movement from, and it's not like fully thought out or fully healed. It's almost like doing something just for the sake of doing something. I don't know if there's purpose behind it or intentions. There's a lot of stress and anxiety that's coming up with this ending. Whatever this ending was for you, it feels like you're up late thinking about it. And again, it's like not sure where to go, not sure what to trust. So it could have been a missed opportunity when it came to a relationship, a partnership of some sort. Someone here could have had to be very independent. So for some of you, not for everyone, but it does almost feel like father wound coming through, or some kind of wound related to a masculine energy, even if it's not a father. It just feels like this opposition is coming from something that's supposed to be committed, stable, provide for us, but there's a lot of energy here that isn't really moving forward. And there's almost like an acknowledgement of that. I hope that makes sense, friends. I feel like you will be dealing with certain things coming up for you in the month of May. That leaves you maybe feeling like you're not making progress, but like I said, there's like a shift of perspective that might be coming in for you, probably as this mask is released. Maybe you're even going to see why something couldn't move forward. All right, my friends. We have Aries, Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces coming through. All right, my Taurus friends, those were your general messages. And now let's move on to your love reading. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages for my Taurus babies. When it comes to their love life, Spirit, a message for the collective. So this will be a message for any Taurus that listens to this, Sun, Moon, Rising. Maybe you're a cross watcher. So yeah, just general collective messages, and then we'll move into singles and connected. Thank you, Spirit. What are some messages for the collective when it comes to my Taurus's love life? Love messages for Taurus, please. Love messages for Taurus. Love messages for Taurus, please. All right. Oh my gosh. So it feels like in the month of September, I don't know if you guys were dealing with someone or if you are, it just feels like there's two people here that aren't seeing eye to eye. Now, if you're not dealing with anyone, this just feels like maybe within yourself, you're not really opening up to love. Maybe there's an lack of clarity as to exactly what it is you want. Maybe your higher self is telling you one thing and your, human 3D self is telling you another. Either way, though, I feel that there is some kind of challenge that's coming up for you when it comes to being able to love or renew this feeling of love. There is a sense of holding back here. So this could be you. This could be someone else. There's Leo energy here. There's also Aries, Sagittarius, and Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Someone is holding back. Like I said, it could be you, but there's also a feeling here. Again, someone's either postponing, procrastinating. I don't know if they're taking their time, non-committed. Like it just feels like someone here might be just out for fun as well. Maybe that's what you're not sure about. Maybe you're not sure what it is that you want when it comes to love. It doesn't really feel like there's much movement forward. At this point, of course, we're going to keep pulling. But we do have the Six of Pentacles, which feels like someone here wants to give you something, whether or not it's enough. I'm not sure. Maybe that's you to someone else. Maybe you're like, I'm willing to give this much, and it's like a sprinkle. Why the Ace of Cups in reverse? General messages for Taurus. Okay, so Taurus, a lot of you could be putting literally work before love, work before bros. Why the Two of Cups in reverse for Taurus? Yeah, you're like, I don't think that you guys are really into being romanticals in September. Why the Strength card? If that's another work card. So a lot of you could be thinking out a lot of different scenarios. Maybe I am sensing that there's a sense of cloudiness and confusion possibly going on. Maybe some of you think that before you make any moves forward, you're just holding back, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I just don't think you're prioritizing being really open and receptive to love, at least not the Taurus that I'm reading for. If this completely doesn't sound like your energy, go ahead and jump to the singles or the connected portion. And maybe something resonates there. Why the Page of Wands in reverse? Yeah, you guys are disconnected. That's what I feel. Why the Six of Cups? You're like, no, I don't want it. You're focused on healing here. Let's see. But there's still a level of like, I don't want to be single, but it's almost like I don't want to be single, but I don't want to be taken either. I don't want to be off on my own, but I definitely aren't really open to anything right now. It just feels like it's not your priority at this moment in time, my Tauruses. A lot of you could be focusing on work, on family, on your responsibilities. Like I said, if you're a business owner, if you just have things, people that rely on you, I feel like that's where your main focus is going to be. Maybe you even have a specific goal that you'd like to reach this month when it comes to your material world. Which is totally fine. It looks like that's the focus. I don't necessarily think love is going to be. It feels like it's like, yeah, you might look, but you're definitely not at the point where you're like sending messages or actually making active plans to get out of your routine and leave the house. I think if something like that were to come up, it would really have to be like it show its potential to you, because I don't think you're going to be I think you're being selective over what gets your energy and time at this point. There is someone who's super attractive coming up here. This could be you. This could be someone else. This is someone that gets a lot of attention. Maybe is artistic, creative in some way. Again, a manager, a boss, someone that kind of leads the team. Other people look up to this person, the kind of person that just does things their way, and it's just like it's awesome to see. It feels like either they want to give you something or there's some kind of reciprocated energy when it comes to this person. Again, if this could be you and this is how people view you, and you're just viewed as like, someone who's very desirable. Maybe even you find that people give you stuff, small gifts here and there, or like tokens of something, but yeah, it just kind of feels like that energy is coming through. This energy feels like it's separate than what's internally going on with you. This feels like it's external. And this all feels like it's going on from within you. All right, my Taurus collective, let's move on to the singles. We have Leo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Leo again, and Sagittarius coming through. Bottom of the deck, we had the Three of Swords reversed. Like I said, a lot of you could be focused on healing. I think my Tauruses, a lot of you are making head over heart decisions in the month of September. Thank you, Spirit, for these love messages for my Tauruses. Spirit, what about my single Taurians? My single Taurus is in the month of September. My single Tauruses. Messages for the single Tauruses, please. For the month of September. Messages for my single Tauruses.
Oh my goodness. We have the Empress in reverse. We have the Three of Wands in reverse. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse. So it feels like something here is just like not happening. It could be blocked communication. I feel like you guys might be the ones doing the blocking as well. If this is with a specific person or just from new energy in general, I feel like you might be closing yourself off to love in September, my single Tauruses. Single Taurians, please. Yeah, because you're still moving forward. You're making strides. You're like, I'm just going to carry on. Which way did that want to fall? I don't know. I really don't want to take it reverse, but it keeps wanting to go that way. What's going on with my single Tauruses? So it feels like there's a repeating pattern here that keeps happening, and you're just trying to move forward, even though something is blocked by the Empress in reverse. And what's blocked, it could be you. It's like, yeah, I'm happy. Listen, I'm not saying you're not happy. I know you're happy. Like, you're totally fine on your own. You can, you don't need anyone. But there's a part of you that's very dissatisfied or hasn't been satisfied. You're seen for outside perspective, it's like you're seen as this desirable, beautiful, you know, um, full of life, abundance, like energy. And I see you're seen that way because I'm not really sure how you view yourself. It feels like maybe some of you could benefit from a little bit of self-care situation, especially if you haven't been. Maybe you've been feeling tired, but it feels like there's something here in your energy within you that's just kind of like not really being receptive. Maybe something could have kept you waiting for too long or isn't moving forward. It doesn't feel like there's any movement forward, even though I see the Chariot. Why the Three of Wands in reverse? There you are. You're just doing your thing, Taurus. You're doing your thing. You're providing, you're working, you're taking care of, you're not I don't mean taken care of. I mean taking, like you're taking care of things. I just want to clarify that. Why the Eight of Wands in reverse? But you're like, I'm not fighting for this anymore. I'm not like, it's almost like you're not being defensive over some type of blockage. Why the Chariot? Why the Wheel of Fortune in reverse? Oh my goodness. And why the Five of Swords? What's the Seven of Cups in reverse with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse? Some of you like really just, I don't know, Taurus. It feels like you're almost like trying to convince yourself of something. And the reason I say that, it's because you're like, no, I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm over it. It's not happening. I'm moving forward, but it's coming from a place of like, I hate this word because I'm a Taurus too, but it's like stubborn because it's like maybe you're trying to force something. You're trying to move forward, and that's what you're saying you're doing. And time is passing by. Technically it is passing by, and technically you are moving forward, but I don't necessarily think it's in a healed way yet. And the reason I say that is because this energy is just reading very blocked off to me. So you can continue to move forward. Yes, you can, but you'll be repeating some kind of pattern. For a lot of you, this could be open, how emotionally open you are, or how receptive you are, because the beginning part of your reading showed that you're not really into that right now, which is fine because you have other responsibilities, like you have other things going on. I'm not telling you that love should be the priority. I'm just saying that whatever is going on here in regards to love and how you're moving forward and how you're shutting down certain maybe people or thoughts or feelings within yourself, it's just feels like you're not breaking out of a pattern, and you're just kind of like repeating a cycle. I feel like the cycle goes from what you feel is clarity and you've decided, and that's how you're sticking to it. And there's a lot of murky thoughts behind it. There's like no real like No true clarity is coming in. I feel like there's a lot of ruminating, a lot of overthinking, a lot of possibly fantasizing or going over ideas or scenarios or options. There might also be conflict over attention that you're getting, meaning if someone does pop up and give you some kind of, attention or slides into those DMs, like whatever it is, I feel like that leaves you like, huh? And maybe that's also like a source of something that like brings conflict. So even within, maybe you're even like, well, what is it that I do want? Because I'm not reading for a Taurus here that's completely open and ready for a relationship, at least not one that's like committed and, it just feels like there's something else going on here. So it does feel like whatever this pattern is, you're like, I'm not going to worry about it anymore. You're releasing fears. You're telling yourself you're not going to be worried about it anymore because you're dropping it. I just hope that whatever this is there's a resolution to it besides just, whatever's going on here. I was going to say besides just, telling yourself you're moving on, but in reality, I'm not sure. Again, it could be because you guys are focused on other things, and this is just a reminder to focus back on yourself and your own well-being. So for the time being, my single Tauruses, I don't see much action happening with new love in the month of September. All right, let's move on to my Tauruses that are connected. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages for my Tauruses. What about the Tauruses that are connecting with someone? The Tauruses that are connected. The Tauruses that are really already dealing with someone in their energy. Please, Spirit. Love messages for those Tauruses. Love messages for the Tauruses, please. Love messages for my connected Tauruses, please. Was that the 4 cups that flew out? Y'all, you got other stuff going on. We have 4 of cups and we have the Lovers card. Okay. What about my connected Tauruses, please? My connected Tauruses. Why the 4 of Cups? A lot of you are dealing with something emotional this month that might be making you detached. Some of you could even be like pulling back your love. Maybe even fear over this partnership or this connection. Maybe there's an intensity to it. Why the Chariot in reverse? Maybe there's even a big decision. Lots of anxiety. Look at that. So many swords. Some of you are having fears over this not moving forward or the work that isn't being put into it. You could be feeling like someone isn't putting work into it and it's just not enough. Or maybe you're just hitting a rough spot and someone here doesn't want to put work into it. I don't know. This is interesting. Some of you are manifesting your singlehood or you're manifesting your own independence within the situation. Very interesting. One more on the Magician and the 9 of Pentacles. You could be keeping to yourself a lot this month. I am kind of seeing that. Maybe this is kind of like a secret something that you're trying to work on. So maybe you feel like if finances are a thing, or if you don't feel like you're independent enough in the situation, this feels like I'm reading for a Taurus that wants their independence. There's something here that hasn't moved forward. Maybe something is unbalanced, unfair, unjust. Maybe there's even a contract in place for some of you. But it feels like in September, I don't know, my connected Tauruses, something here feels quite emotional and you're just going to be inclined to detach. Like I said, there could be a big decision to make. There is a very close, I feel like, tight relationship or bond here with this person that you're dealing with. It almost feels like divine, but this comes with a lot of fears over this not moving forward. Possibly you're in separation, even though you're still disconnected, or there's a distance of some sort. Because like I said, It almost feels like someone here doesn't want to put work into it. Maybe you even feel like someone's trying to like be single or be independent in some way. All right, my Tauruses, a reminder to take care of yourselves and take your time. All right, my Tauruses, that is what I have for you today for your September horoscope. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my Virgo friends, and happy birthday month. I hope you're all doing amazing, and let's jump right into your reading. So, as always, the first part of your reading is going to be general messages. Today, we're going to be looking into the energy of September, what you can expect, asking for some advice. And then the second portion will, of course, be the love reading. This time, though, I am throwing in a little collective reading at the beginning. So it'll just cover love for Virgo, for all of the Virgos, I mean. And then we'll move into singles and then those of you that are connected. So let's jump right in, my friends. All right. As always, starting with a moment of gratitude. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my Virgo friends, Spirit, in the month of September. What's their energy, Spirit? Messages for their highest good. General messages. General messages, please. What's the energy for my Virgos in the month of September? What's the energy, Spirit? 3 cards, please. All right, we have the 4 of Wands in reverse with the Ace of Wands and the King of Swords in reverse. So it feels like, I don't know, some of you might be really motivated or inspired. You might have a new idea, a new spark of some sort to maybe address or like get away from something that isn't stable. Maybe something here, it could be your job, your home, a relationship. It just feels like something here is kind of shaky, but there's a new beginning. There's a new spark that's happening. I don't know. So for those of you that are like, oh no, everything's fine, there isn't anything that's shaky, and this is just talking about something new you want to do, just don't get caught up in the excitement so much that you miss like red flags or like details that are keeping you kind of feeling in the dark or lacking clarity. Because it seems like your passion is kind of overtaken logic for some of you, perhaps. So just keep that in mind. Now, like I said, for others of you, this just kind of feels like it's motivation or like a new beginning when it comes to something that was unstable. Why this 4 of Wands, please, in reverse? Yeah, I feel like you're going to be seeing that. It's almost like something you didn't trust, or maybe you're starting to see why. Why the Ace of Wands? We have the Star card. This energy is going to be really healing. It's going to be really hopeful. It's going to make you feel hopeful, I should say. Why the Knight of Swords or the King of Swords in reverse? So so I feel like there's a lack of confidence here when it comes to like just maybe whatever it is you're doing in general. It doesn't really feel, maybe you feel like you don't really have the vision for whatever it is, or it just feels like maybe you feel a little lost. Lack of clarity again. I don't necessarily think you're speaking to anyone about this, but with this Queen of Wands, it almost feels that maybe some of you, this could be affecting your mood as well. There's something here where I think it starts to affect you in some way. Affect the outside, I mean, whatever's internally happening. Like I said, for some of you, it could just be lack of confidence because you're not really sure what to think of this, or yeah, but there's definitely an opportunity for something exciting. And like I said, it feels hopeful. All right. Thank you, Spirit. What can my Virgos expect in September? Yeah, lots of like I was going to say mulling over. You have 2 7s. So it's like trying to get into alignment. It's like the 7s are when it's like, okay, I've already started to make some shifts. I've been investing long enough. Let me step back. Let me reevaluate. Let me see how are the things that I'm giving my time, money, energy, love, whatever it is. How is this growing? What's happening? Because it feels like you've been at this for a while. You have other stuff going on, and maybe you're even feeling a little impatient as to why something hasn't grown. So it's time to prioritize what's important to you, and the things that are of the highest importance to you, those are the things to focus on and to continue to give to. I do see that you want to continue to give something, but it's almost like you want to make sure that something's going to come of it. What can my Virgos expect? So for those of you waiting communication or some type of information, I do see it coming. Again, I'm getting the vibe that it's just not enough. It's like you're going to see something, learn something, have some sort of, like I said, if it's communication from someone else, I don't think there's going to be, I don't know how in depth it's going to be because I don't see that there's clarity here. Why the 7 of Pentacles, please? For what my Virgos can expect. A lot of you are also like thinking long term. You're thinking future. You're thinking, there's a sense here of time and patience as well. There's a recognition that some things take time. And I do feel like you guys are looking at some of these investments and just kind of waiting for something. Whatever communication you get, I do feel it's going to make you feel better. There's an emotional new beginning here with this Ace of Cups. You have new beginnings. They're exciting. They make you feel better, but for some reason, there's still a lack of clarity. So just know that. Also, my Virgo friends, Mercury goes retrograde September 9th. So that's something to note because that always affects communication, technology, travel, like all the things, right? So no wonder you may not get all the information that you need. And maybe you will, but you're still kind of, feels like you're in your head about something. So you'll also be very focused. I am seeing that there's like you're willing to put work into something. You have the 7 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles. This shows me like you've realized what your goals are. You realize what your priorities are, and you're working towards those things. And I feel like in doing so, there's this energy of being very independent, very much on your own, taking care of yourself. For some of you, this could be actually you, having some sort of work or job, a new opportunity if you're an artist, or create something. Maybe you're creating something independently, or this helps you be independent. Either way, I see you working really hard, but it's nice because it's like focused towards an actual goal. Whether or not throughout the month you're feeling that, maybe you're in your head a little bit or whatever's going on here, I do think that the end result is going to be nice and stable for you, my Virgo friends. All right, we have Aries, Leo, Sag, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo coming through. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio with this Ace of Cups. I think I just listed all the signs, whatever. It's always so silly to do that. All right, thank you, Spirit, for these messages for my Virgo friends. All right, what advice, please, Spirit? Advice for my Virgo's highest good. What advice for my Virgo friends? General messages, please, for my Virgos for the month of September. Advice, please. Advice, please. We have the Moon. We have the 7 of Swords in reverse. So maybe a little bit of avoidance or fears when it comes to authenticity or trusting something. Feels like it's time to like be real, be authentic, drop the mask. Time to align your intentions with your actions. The Emperor, someone taking control. Knight of Swords. Advice for my Virgos, please. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Why the Moon card? Advice for my Virgos. Some of you have been really worried about this, or maybe even working late at night. There's something here about darkness, but also like fears, the things we don't see. That Queen of Wands in reverse, her energy is real fiery, you know, maybe a little moody, lack of confidence, lack of drive. And there's an energy here of like acknowledging that. Why the Knight of Swords? Lots of fire energy in your reading, my Virgo friends. Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Why the Two of Pentacles in reverse? So unburdening yourself, dropping something. All right, so there's like, I'm sensing like tension and conflict. Other people maybe even, I don't know, maybe it even feels like some of you are going to be triggered this month in some way. And I mean that because it's almost like we have a Queen of Wands and a King of Wands. I feel there could be different other people showing up in your reading. Someone here is lacking confidence or drive. But like I said, it's time to get real about that. Maybe that's something that we've been avoiding. Maybe some of you even have imposter syndrome. Like I'm kind of getting that vibe. But I'm also getting the vibe of someone stepping into their power. And like by acknowledging that these are the feelings or the thoughts you've been having, it's almost like then you're able to shift away from that. Because I do see someone here who has healed and is, like I said, like staying in control or being in their power. Now, it could also be the complete opposite of that, where someone is so much in their power that they've avoided healing. So only you'll know. Avoiding healing could even be like avoiding rest and overworking yourself. That could also be part of the reason why, if you are feeling yourself creatively drained, for those of you that this applies, it could be because you have been on boss mode and you have been just maybe even like barreling through. Oh, I just knocked into that. You could even find yourself like barreling through life or your work day or whatever it is that you do, handling your responsibilities. Now, if you are the one that's taking control of the situation and the things that you can control, and you know, this just kind of shows that. But again, only you'll know if which one you apply to. I'm also seeing someone here like moving forward, having ideas, creative ideas, perhaps things that they're fearless on. If this sounds like you, this is an encouragement to follow your passions and follow through with these ideas. Communicate whatever it is you have to communicate. Get going on the things, as even the energy that I'm getting. But this also requires you to possibly drop other things, maybe it's even things that used to be your priority, like, because we just talked about kind of going over what's important to you. And maybe that's shifting because it feels like you're dropping something because you were balancing different things. So if you are balancing too many things, it feels like there's kind of no progress. This Hangman shows no movement, kind of staying in place for a while, learning something from where we're at. So there's definitely an encouragement here. If you are finding yourself balancing different things, people, jobs, whatever it is, that doesn't really help you move forward. So we have, like I said, lots of fire energy here, especially Aries. And then we also have Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. My Virgo friends. All right. Let's continue to the love portion of your reading. All right. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages for my Virgos. Can we get some love messages, please, for the Virgo collective? Messages about my Virgos' love life in the month of September, please. Messages for the collective, please. Messages for the collective, please. Oops. Love messages for the collective for my Virgos month of September, please. You know, I saw the Ace of Swords in reverse and I was like, we're going to put that back. And then the King of Swords in reverse comes through. I feel like some of you might be kind of tired or just you're dealing with other things. I'm not necessarily sure love is top priority, only you'll know. If it is, there's a feeling here where you really are being asked to get clear on your boundaries, what your needs are. It feels like your current love situation, there's no growth there, or it's like you're not taking care of yourself and your needs first. There's something here about maybe overgiving to everyone else or other things, even if it could be you, you know, you work and you're overworked, or there's something demanding a lot of attention, a lot of your energy. We have the Ace of Wands. Okay, nice. You got that at the beginning part of your reading as well. Why the King of Swords in reverse? Too many. We have Hermit that came through and Magician. Why the King of Swords in reverse, please? Oh, okay. It was the Magician that wanted to come through. Why the Queen of Pentacles in reverse? Okay, so some of you could be dealing with an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Don't have to be. Maybe it's someone that has cut off communication or you're not currently talking to. Feels like you're currently trying to manifest this person. This situation kept you waiting. There is no growth here. Or maybe some of you, if you're not dealing with someone else, this just feels like you're not in a place where it's like maybe it's been a long time since you felt good in the love department, you know, and it just feels like your needs haven't been met. There's a message here of self-care. Lots of self-healing happening during this time. If some of you have been having dreams of exes or weird conversations, like deep conversations with strangers, like I don't know, I'm sensing like a lot of like daydreamy or like dream type of thoughts. There's something healing that's happening during this time. So if you find yourself triggered, it's okay to acknowledge it. It's okay to be like, oh my gosh, why did I dream that? Or like, why did I think of that person? Because there's something here. It's almost like you're receiving downloads in your sleep. I feel like there's something healing happening. We have the Ace of Wands with the Devil in reverse. So there's a spark here, an exciting new beginning, possibly even like sexual energy that's coming through for you in September. But there's also like a not wanting to repeat something toxic, or it's like it's almost like it's there, but it's not chained to anything, or you're trying to release something. So if this is a dream, oh, if this is a dream you had, maybe you had a sex dream about an ex, but you know, at the same time, you're like not trying to do that. Not trying to let those desires get the best of you or lead you into a toxic situation. Why the Knight of Pentacles? So a lot of you, you're not in a hurry is what I'm getting. I don't even know if right now well, I'm sure some of you do, but it's almost like crush feelings, like they're not your priority. Like, you know, when you just have a really good crush going on and it's a nice little distraction from your day or whatever it is, whenever you encounter this crush and it's just like fun, it's almost like mental vacation. I feel like that's not on the radar for you. A lot of you could be, like I said, maybe work or your responsibilities are kind of taking precedence over anything else, because I don't really see dating being at the forefront. There is something that's really slow moving. I don't think that you're in a hurry. I think you're kind of coming up with an idea as to what it is you want. You want something very grounded, something practical. So I feel like you're being very practical about your feelings, your emotions, anything that gets stirred up here. And you're not really like, yeah, I don't think you're being mushy about your feelings. Some of you could even be walking away from things that could be past behaviors or an ex that was very, the needs were met in one area, but it was toxic in others and all the rest. All right, my Virgos, my Virgo collective. Now let's move on to the singles. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages for my Virgos. What about my single Virgos in love, please, in the month of September? My single Virgos, their love lives in September, please. Single Virgos, please. Their love life in September. The singles. All right. A lot of you could have y'all blocked someone. At least that's how it feels. The energy is very quiet. It's quiet. It's quiet and disconnected. I'm bored, is what that's telling me. 10 of Pentacles, okay. My single Virgos, please, in September, their love life. Their love life, please. Interesting. Why the Four of Pentacles, or the Four of Cups? That was interesting. I said the Four of Pentacles. Why the Two of Wands in reverse? So some of you could have been dealing with a situation that didn't go anywhere. Now, if that's not you, it still feels like there's something here that you might be ignoring, or you're over it. You're over false starts, false beginnings, or new beginnings in general not coming in. It doesn't feel like there's much plan as to doing something different or movement forward in September. There's a very clear idea here of marriage and family for someone. There's a Virgo here that needs structure and commitment for the long term. Why the Three of Swords? Wow, the Three of Swords in reverse, clarified by the Three of Swords in reverse. Some of you, I don't know if you were dealing with someone who wasn't single. That won't be everyone, but the Nine of Pentacles in reverse just talks about codependency, and someone here is really stressed out about that. Maybe someone here is worried about like not wanting to be single anymore. Maybe not being tired of like being on your own is kind of the vibe I'm getting. Again, that's not going to be for everyone, but just different stories coming through. The lots of healing energy, as you can see. This is, when it does that. Can we get one more to clarify the Three of Swords in reverse, what this could be? All right, so a lot of you, I don't know if there is a mother involved, or this is your energy, choosing yourself, choosing to love yourself, and releasing disappointments and pain from the past. Very beautiful and fertile energy. So let's go back over here. Like I said, it doesn't feel like there's going to be much forward movement for you, my single Virgos, in September. With this Two of Wands in reverse and this Five of Swords in reverse, it just kind of feels like maybe you're thinking back to the past a lot, or thinking to petty situations that have happened, past experiences. Even though you are trying to release this, like if you do find yourself kind of ruminating or overthinking, going over those situations, it does feel like some of you are trying to release those thoughts, but I don't necessarily see that there's any forward movement coming up in the next few weeks. With this High Priestess and this Three of Cups, a lot of you could be hanging out with friends, just really being in the vibes. I don't necessarily think that you'll be really digging in and talking about what you're going through. I mean, maybe you could, but this feels like really deep inner stuff that you might be dealing with or processing. Like I said, I don't necessarily think you're going to be sharing everything, but I do see you being really in tune with others. Now, some of you might even get together with your friends, and I don't know if you like light candles together or set intentions together. That could be something that comes up for you too. I'm just sensing a really vibey time with people that you enjoy being around. Like I said, this Hierophant and this Ten of Pentacles, it's like, wow, that's like marriage vibes. This is like the highest level of commitment for the long term. And this is present in your reading. Now, how it applies here, I feel like only you'll know. But I feel like a lot of you, there's a real deep understanding and a knowing that this is what you want.
obviously with the right partner, but this is coming through. There's a lot of wisdom here. There's a lot of even sensing like psychic connection. Like I'm feeling like a lot of you could also be very much into your spirituality and tapped in. But it feels very beautiful, very grounded. This I understand, my Virgos. I'm also an earth sign. And we already kind of, covered this. It just feels like maybe you're choosing yourself, letting go of past disappointments, heartbreaks, things that did happen or didn't happen. All right, my single Virgos, we have Pisces, Taurus, Virgo, Aries coming through. All signs, but those are the loudest. 2, 3 of Swords in reverse, huh? Interesting. All right, now let's check in on my connected Virgos. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages for the Virgos. What about my Virgos that are connected, Spirit? Virgos that are currently connected. The Virgos that have someone that they're dealing with, please. The month of September, love messages for my connected Virgos, please. Love messages for my connected Virgos. All right, we have the 8 of Cups, we have Judgment, we have 4 of Cups in reverse, and we have the 7 of Wands. Some of you could be in a little bit of a defensive energy. You could be in the process of leaving something behind. It could be a person, place, thing, maybe even old ways of thinking, old emotions we were hanging on to that were keeping us from being able to receive more. This Judgment card, though, it tells me that, like, this is kind of an awakening. This is big energy that's coming through. And because there's so much shifting, and I feel like for a lot of you, this might be an internal process. Your outside world could definitely be changing as well. But I feel like there's some deep emotional stuff that's being stirred up right now. And that kind of makes you, maybe some of you are coming off as being detached or like disconnecting from certain things. I don't necessarily think this is something that you want to talk about, or if you do, maybe it leads to you feeling like you have to defend yourself. But it feels like a lot of you, you're ready to move forward. So like I said, maybe that for some of you that could be a physical move, but it feels like besides the physical, there might be a lot of emotions to process. It feels like someone here is ready to go, ready to roll. Like, hey, I know what I want and I'm ready to go that way. Are you down? Why this 8 of Cups, please, my connected Virgos. The Magician. So a lot of you could have manifested whatever this is, whatever you're leaving behind, walking away from. A lot of you could have had this on your mind and your heart for a while. Why the Judgment? 2 of Cups in reverse. And I was shown the Page of Cups in reverse, but I put it back. We're going to put that there because I do feel those are talking about this. Yeah, so someone here is like, this is my wish come true. Like, this is what I've been wanting. And it's going to be hard. Yes, it's going to be hard, but I've worked really hard for this, or this is what I've been working towards, and it's here and I'm ready to go. Someone here is very passionate about what they do. There's also a lot of attraction to you in the situation. But the speed of something or whatever it is that one of you is ready to do, ready to jump on, ready to move on, it's causing a lot of confusion for the other person. It feels like there's a lot going on and there's a lack of clarity. Someone here feels like they don't have the courage to possibly make these big changes. So regardless of what that is in your situation, I feel like one person's ready to roll. This is their dream come true. Maybe you're like, this is what we wanted. It's finally here. Are you ready to go? And now that the reality is here, one person might be like, but wait. And they might be confused. Or like I said, maybe there was other plans going on or other things going on. It just feels like other options are clouding whatever this is. So if you are feeling detached or like someone here is trying to disconnect, maybe not want to deal with it, not want to talk about it, they get defensive, it feels like that's their way. Like someone here doesn't want to carry the burden of this, or it just feels like it's a lot. Um, there might also be talks of like responsibilities like getting shifted around, or maybe getting rid of some responsibilities, like just because it's too much. Whatever this is, it feels like someone just kind of maybe doesn't want to deal with it. Not everyone. Those of you that are kind of coming out of that energy and you are ready to start kind of dealing with things, I do think that it is going to lighten the load, but I would expect some type of vibe or conversation, or I don't know, someone here feels like defensive over the dream, defensive over the wish, whatever that might be. Like I said, it feels like someone here has been manifesting this, but you two are on different pages. This Two of Cups in reverse feels like the partners aren't seeing eye to eye. But this is a big moment. This could even be like a second chance at something for some of you. All right, my friends. We have Aries, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Leo coming through. All right, my Virgo friends. That is what I have for you today for your September horoscope reading, friends. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm wishing you nothing but the best, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my Capricorn friends, and welcome to your September horoscope reading, friends. Let's jump right in. As always, the first part of your reading is going to be general messages. We're going to be looking into the energy of September, what you can expect in September, and advice. Then the second part of your reading will be the love reading. This time I'll be doing a little collective reading for all the Capricorn babies that are listening. And then we'll move into singles and then those of you that are connected. So let's jump right in, my friends. Thank you for joining me here today. And thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my Capricorn babies. Spirit, general messages for Capricorn, please, for the month of September. Messages for their highest good, please. What's the energy going to be like for my Capricorns in September? What do my Capricorns need to know? What energy is going to be surrounding them, Spirit? 3 cards, please. What's the energy in September? All right, we have the King of Swords in reverse, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. We have the 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. There's someone here I feel like is very much working, either working on their own long-term stability or have just been on their own long-term. Either way, it just feels like there's someone here that's working very hard. And there might be a family involved, or like I said, a long-term investment. There's also lack of clarity here. If you're dealing with an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, maybe right now they're not speaking to you. Why this King of Swords in reverse, please, for the energy? Okay, so if this is you, it feels like you have a lot of love in the situation, a lot of understanding, but you're not thinking clearly about something here. Why the 9 of Pentacles, please? Page of Wands, and why the 10 of Pentacles? So we have lots of energy here. I'm sorry, I meant lots of young energy with this 9 of Pentacles and this Page of Wands. So it feels like in September, my Cappies, a lot of you will be very independent. You'll be kind of
Maybe you're off living the single life, or you're doing your own thing. Maybe you work freelance. I don't know. There's just something here that's like very independent about you. You're also looking really good. People love talking to you. It feels like the energy is really good. Maybe you're going to have like random experiences. Maybe you're going to be at the grocery store in line and you end up having like a cool conversation with the person behind you or in front of you. Like just, I feel like there's going to be pleasant interactions that will be coming up for you in September. Like I said, the energy feels like it's really fun here. A lot of you could also be working independently on a project that's really fun. It just feels like with this Page of Wands, it's exciting. There's potential here, and there's also a sense of it giving to you. It's like you're working at it, but you're getting something in return. Just be careful. That King of Swords in reverse, it feels like there's, like I said, a lot of love and understanding, but one person is either not speaking, or if it's not another person, it's like maybe you're not seeing something clearly. With this Knight of Swords and this Ten of Pentacles, maybe you're very much driven towards a long-term goal, towards your long-term stability. Maybe there's some type of investment here that you're ready to rush into or go towards. Just make sure that, just make sure that you're moving through with clarity, because I see speed and not much thought behind it. So however that applies to you, my Cappies. All right, what can my Capricorns expect in the month of September, please, Spirit? 3 cards. The Hangman in reverse. What can my Capricorns expect? The Emperor in reverse. What can my Capricorns expect? Queen of Wands. I'm telling you, you're looking good, you're smelling good, and you're getting attention. My Capricorns. Why the Hangman in reverse? Why the Emperor in reverse? And why the Queen of Wands? I feel like a lot of you are going to be I feel like you're going to be in your power. Look, and as I say that, as I say you're going to be in your power, here's the Devil card. This is your card, Cappies. Nothing to fear. This is you being in your own power, you doing your thing. You're looking good, you're smelling good, you're passionate about whatever it is you're working on. Maybe you don't feel that way, but I feel like in September, you're going to be working on something. You're going to be having fun. You're going to be even possibly getting attention from outside, like people that you wouldn't normally get. And it just feels good. Like I said, if you do feel the need to rush ahead and get into a long-term commitment or make a long-term decision about something, just make sure that you're thinking it clearly. And my Cappies, I also have to mention Mercury retrograde, my friends, September 9th all the way through, I believe, October 1st. So for the rest of September, we're going to be in Mercury retrograde, which means it's going to affect communication. You don't really want to start new projects, get into new contracts, sign anything if you don't have to. Now, if these are things you've had in the work for a while and most of the groundwork is already there and you just need a sign, that's one thing. I am not telling you not to live your life, but as in starting something new, yes, you can, but there's a bigger chance that maybe details are missed, or you'll have to come back and relook at the situation, redraw out the contract. I mean, whatever it is. So just make sure that if you are ready to sign the dotted line, or, like I said, something here about long term that you want to rush into, just make sure you know everything there is to know, because this King of Swords in reverse is telling me that they're making a decision based on emotion and not logic. So keep that in mind, my friends. Also, in the month of September, what to expect. Let's go back over here. This Hangman in reverse and this Nine of Cups, it feels like you're finally getting a new perspective on whatever it was that was going on. It feels like you have a new view on life, or you have a new view on whatever this is to you, whatever the situation is. It does feel like this vantage point, I should say, is a wish fulfillment for you. Like there was probably one point where you were like, man, I wish I just understood, fill in the blank. And it feels like you will be.
There's also recognition here of someone or something that couldn't give you the commitment, the stability, the structure in this situation. If this is a partner or a husband, this is like someone that isn't really like, they're not committed. If this is a job, it feels like maybe there's a lack of direction and there's no real commitment to growth. It just feels like something here isn't taking charge, isn't being clear with what their intentions are. And I don't think it has provided you with the stability or the commitment that you thought that it would, or that you expected it to. But I don't, there's just an acknowledgement coming through in this reading because, like I said, your energy is very attractive in the month of September. This Queen of Wands commands attention, even if, they don't technically command it. It's just the way that they carry themselves. Other people can't help but to look. So I see maybe you'll be given something, a gift. Maybe people will be presenting you with things and you'll be like, oh, thank you. This is kind of out of the norm. I just kind of feel like your energy is going to be really, really nice. A lot of you could be whatever it is you're working on, whatever you're excited about. It's like that gets other people excited too. And whatever it is that you decide to give to, I also feel you'll be getting in return. So if you're a very generous person that randomly gives out compliments or randomly buys people coffee, like whatever it is, I feel like the universe is going to be bringing that back around to you in September, my Capricorns. And that is not a bad way to end your general reading. Actually, I'm still going to pull for some advice, but wait, how long has this card been sitting there? I don't even know where this card came from, but some of you could have a choice to make. I'm not going to try to go back and squeeze that in, but that's for somebody. Did you guys see that sitting there the whole time? That's hilarious. I get so into the zone, my friends. We have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, and you guys saw the Devil card at the bottom. That's you being in your power. I'm into it for you. Thank you, Spirit. What advice, please, for general messages for my Capricorns in the month of September, Spirit? What advice? Oh, I almost dropped the deck, you guys. What advice, please, for my Capricorns? Advice from my Capricorns, general messages, please. All right. So, if you do find yourself making a decision that's more emotional based versus logic or facts or clarity, just be aware because some of you might be repeating a past situation or a pattern of some sort that keeps you in place. It feels like this is something that's coming from you with that Devil card. Why the Wheel of Fortune in reverse? This could be repeating past disappointments. So if you find yourself, you guys, it feels like maybe it's a plan that you come up with. Because it feels like once you decide to jump on an opportunity, you really go for it. But whatever this is, friends, it could be a relationship for some of you or some type of partnership. It feels like doing it the same way. It might be, so it might be a communication issue. I keep seeing like things not moving forward and things not changing. I also saw like there is feelings here and there's a deep connection, but just keep in mind, someone here is lacking clarity. Someone's making a decision based off of emotions, and there might be other factors or other things to really address in order for there to be a change. Because it feels like whatever it is that's about to repeat, you might not be trusting yourself, or you might be listening to outside people, or like I said, just not really trusting yourself about your plans. About taking things slow, perhaps, for some of you. Like I said, though, this has disappointed you in the past with this Three of Swords. And it does feel you are going to have the opportunity. The opportunity is coming up for you, my Capricorns, with this Devil card. But I'm not necessarily sure
I don't know if you're going to want to move forward with this. And like I said, for some of you, it could have to do with a relationship, a partnership of some sort. Again, the King of Swords. There's something here that the stability of this, someone here needs to kind of be realistic. And that's not saying it's not stable. It's not saying it is stable. I'm just saying there's just something, there's clouded thoughts coming through here. We have Cancer energy, Capricorn, Pisces coming through, my friends. All right, my Capricorn babies, those are your general messages. Now let's move into the love portion of your reading. We're going to start off with a collective love reading for my Cappies. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages for my Capricorns. What's going on with my cards? What's going on with your love life, Capricorns? Can we get some messages for the collective, please? Spirit, messages for the... There we go. Messages for the Capricorn collective, Spirit. Love messages. Messages about their love life in September for the collective, please. Love messages for the collective for September, please. There's that Three of Swords. So lots of healing energy. Well, it's like hopeful energy with that star card. So for some of you, I mean, maybe there was a third party involved, if not another person, could have been work or a friend, family member, I don't know, outside, like I said, outside sources, outside influences, maybe someone here listening to what other people had to say about this, about, I don't know, whatever your experiences have been. For some of you, it could have been your relationship or... Yeah, but there's other factors involved is what I feel for you, my Cappies. Why the Three of Swords? Love messages for the collective, please. Some of you could have had a breakup or just a heartbreak, very unhappy. Maybe, you're getting your thrills while out with friends, or maybe some of you are in a friends with benefits situation, or that's just you're going out and doing stuff. There just seems like sexual energy, but it's like a new beginning tied with fun. If you are in separation from someone or went through some type of heartbreak recently, it feels like you guys are doing a lot of self-healing and you're remaining hopeful. But here's the thing. I think you guys are getting attention, but it may not be from the one you want, or it might not be the kind you want. It might be the kind of attention that still leaves you like wanting more. Why the Six of Wands? All right, I dropped a card. We have the Hangman. Yeah, I feel like you are getting attention. So a lot of you Virgos are getting attention. I called you Virgo. Maybe some of you are dealing with a Virgo. I mean, Cappies. You're getting attention, but I don't necessarily think that you're really excited about it or ready to make some moves. I feel like if it's sex you want, you can have that, but I don't necessarily think that that's all you want. So like I said, you are getting attention, you're being seen, but there's still a part of you that's having a hard time in September. Now, of course, that might not apply to you, so this may not be your story, but I'm reading for a Capricorn that's currently going through a hard ache. And maybe there's some type of reunions. Maybe you even do reunite. If you are in separation, you reunite with this person and there is like you guys hook up. And there's having hope again over getting through this tough part. It just feels like it's a hard time right now when it comes to love. You do have to know though that if that does happen, it just feels like someone here is blocking, holding back communication, disconnecting. Probably that's their coping mechanism is almost what I'm getting. Maybe even like ghosting, but it just feels like there's no movement forward when it comes to communication. This Judgment card, for those of you that are dealing with someone that things aren't good right now, or there was a breakup, there is the energy of a second chance, but someone here isn't really feeling that positive about it or very hopeful about it. Maybe that's also part of the realization or the enlightenment here. It's almost like some things you can't come back from, and maybe you know that. All right. My Capricorn babies, I don't see you making too many moves when it comes to your love life in the month of September. But there's always free will, my friends. All right. Thank you, Spirit. We have Aquarius energy, Leo. We have all the signs showing up. All right. Now for my singles, my single Capricorn, Spirit. Love messages for my single Cappies, please. For the month of September, please. Love messages for my single Capricorns. In the month of September, love messages, please, for my single Cappies. Single Capricorns, please. Single Capricorns, please. All right, we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Hermit card. Messages for my single Capricorns in their love life. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse, the Page of Swords. So there's no talking. I feel like even if you're not dealing with someone, my single Capricorns, it just feels like a lot of you are closed off. You're like, I don't want to deal with it. I don't have the energy to give that right now. Like, I'm just not into it. This Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Let's see what this is about. Some of you just, like I said, the Sun card, you're like, no, I'm good. I'm happy. But there's like a tinge of like negativity to it when it comes to not being single. And the Nine of Pentacles in reverse is literally like not single or like being codependent on something. So, but that's why I kind of feel like some of you are like, no, I'm fine being single. But in reality, are you? Because it just feels like you're going through something that doesn't feel good, that you're still healing from. You're tired. Yeah, you feel like you've overgiven, or maybe you feel like feelings weren't reciprocated in past situations that you dealt with, and it's been a burden for you. Why the Hermit? You're this King of Swords in reverse. It's like you're not talking to someone. There's no communication here. You're in disconnect from someone, and a lot of you could be feeling lonely or feel like you don't have enough. If there isn't for someone, it just feels like you're literally keeping to yourself. You might be like focusing on your mental health, and you might feel like you haven't had enough truth before in love or in relationships. And a lot of you, I kind of am getting the feeling of like feeling lonely. Like things are good, but you know, it would be nice not to be alone all of the time, or it would be nice to have a partner that provided me with these things. But I'm just not sure if you're clear on what you would know. Clear if you, how do I word this? I'm not sure how clear you are on what those things are that a partner would need to provide you. Now I'm sure some of you, you're a Capricorn, you probably have a list, but yeah. Because it's just coming through as lack of clarity here. Why the Strength card in reverse? Yeah, it feels like you don't have the energy anymore to deal with people that you can't trust, situations that you can't trust, energies that lie, cheat, steal. It feels like you're maybe passing your time looking at things online, watching things. I was going to say like watching people even perhaps online. It does feel like this World card does talk about endings, but the fact that it comes an ending without speaking, only you'll know how that applies. But it does feel like something big is closing out for you. I would say, my Cappy, is that in September, you're just going to kind of be in an in-between mode. I'm surprised the Hangman isn't here. I know it was at the beginning part of your reading, because it just feels like I'm not sure how much movement forward. I'm not seeing it in this energy. I'm reading for a Capricorn that's going to be keeping to themselves a lot this month. We have Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and Leo Scorpio and Taurus coming through in your reading. All right. Did I say Virgo as well? I meant Virgo as well. All right, now let's move on to my connected Capricorns. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages for my singles. What about my Cappies that are currently dealing with someone, Spirit? Love messages for September for my Capricorns that are dealing with someone. Love messages for my connected Cappies, please, for the month of September, Spirit. Love messages for my Capricorns, please. Love messages. Some of you could be very guarded or holding on to something, trying to keep control. We'll see what that is. We'll see if it comes through. Connected Capricorns, please. So already this is kind of talking about things that weren't able to take off or new beginnings that couldn't happen. Maybe you're even having a hard time trusting something. With this Nine of Cups in reverse, this is telling me there was potential here, but there's like a wish that's unfulfilled, a wish of a new beginning. This has maybe caused some of you to go into boredom or detachment, showing up as very loving. You have a lot of love in this situation, but I can't help but feel that there's something here. Here's the Justice card. Okay, you could be dealing with a Libra. Why the Nine of Cups in reverse, please, for my connected Capricorns? There you are. Yeah, this is you. This is something that hasn't happened for you. Why the Fool in reverse? Someone's lack of commitment could be yours, could be your person you're dealing with. Fire sign coming through, Aries, Leo, Sag. Why the Queen of Cups? So you've let go of a lot of the things that disappointed you, and it feels like something painful perhaps. You have a lot of love in the situation, and there's been a lot of healing that's happened. I see that you did get over something, something in the past, and there's been a new opportunity here to make things fair. I definitely feel that you think things aren't done. And you're not ready to let go, but they are getting better, which is awesome. At the bottom of the deck, I saw the Tower reverse, which means that by you doing this, you're like avoiding a big change or a big change you can't come back from. So there is an acknowledgement here that even though your wish wasn't fulfilled at something new, maybe it was a new opportunity, a new beginning, a new something that could have happened in your relationship. Maybe you could have been dealing with someone that because they were lacking the commitment or whatever this is, maybe they were even selfish in the situation. It's like you overcame that, or someone here did. And it's like you chose love. And you're like, I understand. I understand why it didn't happen. But it does seem like this new opportunity, like there was fairness brought in. So maybe you didn't get exactly what you wanted, but you did get something that still made you content in the situation. Because I do feel like in September, things are you and this relationship, whatever was going on, it feels like they're getting better. Things are getting better and you're moving to smoother waters, my friends. Neither of you are ready to let this go or feel like this is finished. All right, my Capricorn friends, we have Scorpio, Libra, Cancer, Pisces, Aries, Leo, Sag, Capricorn energy. That's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed your horoscope, and thank you so much for joining me, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys.